Yeah, it's Rachel Engelbart's with the giant ankles. I'm doing the best I can here, trying to check my blood pressure by myself. Of course, Brad is at drill this weekend, and I'm thinking that my blood pressure is going up. So, you want pink? You smell them? Are you hungry? Let me get these kids fed and I'll update you. She's too old.
I'm too old again.
Lala is getting the kids down for naps.
Okay.
And hanging out here. My blood pressure that I was checking myself, I'm just like in a holding pattern waiting for like, I need to like do some deep breathing or something. Holding pattern, and things are like constantly changing based on who's coming where and who's watching the kids. And my mom was gonna come over and pick me up and take me to the hospital, but then Brad is on his way home from drill. But basically my blood pressure went up to like, what I was reading it, I was doing it too frequently. Like that was probably part of the problem for it going up, but the highest reading I got was like 140 over 110. So, and then Laurie came over and I had some time to like not check it, and she got 132 over 88. So still high for me. But we're just gonna go to the hospital, check it out, make sure that we can monitor, and that's the plan. Keep you posted. We're talking through our worst case scenario. Worst case scenario would be that we have to like have babies today or tomorrow. That would be not ideal.
Yeah,
and then you just are gonna have them.
Then I just have 3 kids.
Yeah, you go from 0 to 3 real fast.
I guess you're the new godmother.
I guess so.
Oh jeez. Okay. Vlog camera battery and charger.
At the villa.
At the villa. Okay, hopefully this one lasts. Okay, now that we're like in the car en route, we have some time. We were just sitting here like talking about scenarios of what we expect to happen. And then thought, why are we doing this without the camera on when we can share all this with our friends?
That's right. Okay, what do you think is gonna happen?
I think a middle of the road option is gonna happen. I think there's gonna be a best case scenario, and that's we'll get to the hospital and my blood pressure will be totally normal. And there will be no protein in my urinalysis. And they'll monitor for an hour or 2, and then they'll be like, you're good.
Would they still give you a steroid injection, do you think?
I don't know. I don't know if they'll like trust my at-home readings of my blood pressure enough to like do that kind of. There's no harm in doing a steroid injection, so maybe they'll just go ahead and do it. Just based on the swelling, I guess, is the only thing that.
Yeah.
The only symptom if we get there, my blood pressure is normal, but that would be the best case scenario.
I think that we'll get there, they'll monitor things, your blood pressure will be a little bit elevated, and ultimately they'll send you home on bed rest.
That will be awful.
And you're like, how the heck am I going to be on bed rest when I have 3 kids?
That reminds me of that Cody, that clip. Oh, hell no. That sounds horrible. I just don't know that bed rest is the solution for preeclampsia. I don't know that that's ever the treatment.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it, but maybe it is. I don't know.
Worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario, my blood pressure is elevated, kind of continuing to go up. I have protein in my urine, and I think the only solution at that point is to deliver the babies.
What's the significance of protein in your urine?
I guess if your blood pressure gets high enough, like even if they see that my blood pressure there is normal, but I have protein in my urine, like the blood pressure is so high that like the kidneys are struggling to keep things filtered.
Gotcha.
I guess.
Yeah.
So you end up with protein in your urine or glucose in your urine. I guess is diabetic, but I think you can have both when you have preeclampsia. So they'll run that test, and that's I think a little bit more informative than just like one blood pressure reading. So if it truly was like 140 over 110 was the highest number that I got, twice I got that number on, like, I did it on each arm, but I was freaking out at the moment, so that I'm sure affects things.
Yeah. You feel like you're calm now?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
No, I don't. I feel really scattered.
Really?
Yeah.
This drink has 6 shots of espresso.
Awesome.
You want some?
No, thank you. No, and then I was like, okay, so I'm freaking out because I'm like stressed and anxious, and like trying to get coverage for the kids too wasn't during all of this. I'm checking my blood pressure too frequently, and I'm also trying to coordinate who's gonna come over and watch the kids, take care of the kids. There's also that part, like I was making the kids lunch and getting them prepared to go down for a nap.
When are they old enough to make their own darn lunch? I'm kidding.
I was genuinely thinking about that, like how it would be a good idea to have a few things that Berend Lyndle can make themselves,
right,
in the event that we need them to.
Mm-hmm.
Bear can make peanut butter and jelly.
Yes.
It's not pretty.
No, but does it need to be?
No, he doesn't get
Tastes the same.
He doesn't get the stuff all the way to the edges. I always go back after him and I'm like, you're gonna want that on every bite. So anyway, there was like no calm moment this morning during all of this, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. But
well, why did you first check it? Why'd you first check it?
Because the swelling is so bad today, worse than ever, and like throbbing, like
really?
my feet. Yeah, during the night even.
You were really bad.
Yeah. Really swollen.
Very impressive what the human body can handle.
It is impressive. And it's like leaking out. Like my skin is moist from, it's a real thing. Like when it gets so swollen to capacity, the fluid is so.
Like sweating?
Yeah, it's kind of like condensating. My feet are condensating.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't put on my shoes that are the only ones that I for sure have always been able to put on. I wasn't like able to.
You should just wear my shoes.
I should.
Although I don't know if those look good.
They'll just be way too long.
Should we stop at my clinic and take your blood pressure?
Sure. Oh, hey, that was us in the window. Okay, well, again, keep it posted.
I kind of want to speed and get pulled over, because this is like literally the only time I could say, she's gonna have a baby, I'm rushing to the hospital. Look at her leg.
Do you know there's 2 in there?
She's gonna have babies.
Oh, dang it.
Should I speed?
Probably not. Yeah.
First child driving to the hospital.
The audible acceleration.
4th and 5th child driving to the hospital. Did you bring any snacks?
You should be rolling a booger. like what's his face in the Lincoln commercial?
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
Really like gross carrying an open cup into a hospital.
That is kind of gross.
I immediately regret this decision. Yeah, it's Rachel Engelbart's with the giant ankles.
Look at you right in. Well, Rachel's in there peeing. I'll be here with my feet up. And I asked the nurse, I'm like, do you guys have a bigger TV, please? She laughed a little, but I don't think she was amused. Yeah, I'd say there's a little swelling there. In there.
Trace swelling.
Yeah.
These are not my feet.
All monitored up.
Best case scenario.
Is your blood pressure, does she just take it once or is it constantly?
She just took it once, but she left it on. I don't know if it's going to automatically like go every 10 minutes or whatever, but 124/80.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well,
For the normal person.
for the normal person, I think it has a lot to do with what it's been tracking the whole time. Because that's one thing I remember my OB at South Carolina. Like, I had a reading like this at one of my appointments. And she was like, by itself, the blood pressure reading means nothing. It's how it compares to your, like, how this trajectory of your blood pressure is that matters. So, I'm not, like, jumping for
We're not in the
yet.
clear just yet.
Right. No. And yeah, both babies are good.
Jumping from the upper 130s to the 140s.
Right. I could feel them both all morning, and that was like the most reassuring thing, was that you don't have to wear a mask when they're not in here, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll see what they say.
It's great lighting in here. If only we had this lighting all the time.
No joke.
We would be so much more pretty.
I can't tell you how relieved I am.
Hey, you have civilian clothes on.
I do. Busting out of here. I still have a feeling that this is,
Just the beginning.
yeah, trending in a direction.
Well, at least now we have time to get car seats.
Yeah, we don't even have car seats.
You could get your hospital bag packed.
Correct.
We could get moved into the villa.
Right. I
So-
know. This is the best case scenario for sure.
Mhm.
The longer, the better. I mean, 36 weeks is like my ultimate goal, because then we can have them here and hopefully not need the NICU.
Mhm.
Any sooner than that, we'd be up in Columbia.
But you're 35 weeks on Thursday, right?
Correct.
So really,
A week and a half.
yep. But it was interesting. They said you're not on bed rest.
Correct. That's not don't be on bed rest, because it increases your chance of blood clots. That just goes to show you don't give advice, medical advice, without a medical degree. Even if you're like, man, that girl should be on bed rest.
You're wrong.
That couldn't be more wrong.
That's right.
Not doing it.
That's right.